All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Bakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on the scripture in Amos 5 and 18, and I'm going to read it. It's called, where it says, Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. And what that means, man, is that there's several people on this earth that claim and actually really do believe in their heart that they want the day of Yahweh to come, right? But the scriptures are saying woe unto those people because they actually don't understand what the day of the Lord entails, man. And they actually don't understand what the kingdom of heaven is. And just to give a brief description on what the kingdom of heaven is, the kingdom of heaven is the Israelites ruling the earth and them only. They're the only nation that are going to have the laws of Yahweh put within their minds and within their soul to keep them all with all their heart and with all their soul, man. And not only them, but their children. And in them doing that, they're going to be blessed above all nations upon the face of the earth, man. And there ain't going to be no other nation that's going to be able to ever make us sin so that we go under the curses and be in this miserable state that we're in now, man. We're miserable every single day, man. Right? To where we hate this society, man. We hate this place. Right? And it's mainly the men that hate this place because we're the only ones that really actually have thought about the kingdom of heaven, to where we don't have to ask dumb questions and ask other people what we should be looking forward to in the kingdom of heaven. If you have to ask a question like that, right, that shows you ain't really been listening and you ain't really deep what's in the scriptures. If you're having to ask other people after claiming that you watch videos in it, but you have to ask other people what you've got ready to look forward to. I don't have to ask no man now that I've seen what the scriptures say. I don't have to ask a man to tell me what I should be able to look forward to in the kingdom of heaven. Even just based off some of the things in this world that people can't do that would actually be lawful, you should be able to know what things you could look forward to in the kingdom of heaven, man. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion, and this is a metaphor, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, right? So the day of the Lord is, the metaphor is ultimately escaping from one near-death experience to another to finally fall into a death experience and be taken by death, right? That's what the day of the Lord is for all those people that are saying they desire that day, but really it's not for them. And there's many of them, man. You've got loads of women that do it. They think they're about the Lord and that they go to church all the time. They bang that tambourine off their hip, right? They sit right at the front to lust after the pastor, right? When their husband might be sitting right next to them. They do all of this. They're telling their husband to put more of his money in the tithing basket and that, right? They're trying to have private lessons with the pastor in the church. All this madness, all this wickedness and evil that goes on in this earth, man. Them women think that they know about the day of the Lord because that pastor that was telling them about it lied to them. But they don't know what's coming in the day of the Lord. They think that they're going to be raptured out of the earth before they even see anything evil happen. And boy, are they in for a rude awakening, man. Verse 20, shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Right? The day of Yahweh is a dark time, man. And all you people that you think you're about the Lord for real, you're going to find out that you're not about the Lord for real, man. All you Christians, right? All you rappers and all you so-called black people and all you Mexicans that you got might have tattoos of Cesare Borgia on your body, or you might have chains, right? And you think that you're righteous because your nan took you to church. That's normally who it is that makes Jake think that they know the Bible, because their nan took them to church. Right? We've all had a nan that took us to church, man. In the UK, that's common among Benjamin to have a nan that used to take you to church, and then you wear the blazer and the white shirt and a bow tie and that. You know what I mean? And then you go to church, right? That's common. That's a common thing to do, man. But does your nan really know what's going on in the Bible? You'll think she is when you're a little kid, but does she? Don't know. Because our nans never told us that we were Israelites. They never told us that. They never told us that, man. They never said that. Now let me get this. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, because there's many people that they thought they knew. Well, in fact, let me go verse 4 first. There's many people that thought that they knew what was really going on, man. But they're going to be shook to the ground, man, when they really find out what it is. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 17. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh and his counsel have decreed of him, and to what end Yahweh have set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but Yahweh shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall be hereafter a vile carcass, and a reproach among the dead for evermore. For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and their memorial shall perish. And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face, because they're going to be made to remember all the wickedness that they've did, man. All you women that you really think that you're about the scriptures, man, and you're not, by the way, right? Because some of the questions that you women ask out there are dumb. There ain't no way to get around it other than to say that. It's dumb, man. You women are embarrassing to your own husbands, right? And really even an embarrassment to your own children, and an embarrassment to yourselves, man. And y'all think that your emotions are supposed to rule the earth. And we're living in a society where that's happened, and look at it. Even you women ain't miserable, man. I could shut this video off right now and go on YouTube, right? And go on TikTok video compilation of women crying about dating. And I'd see hours worth, man, days worth of footage of women sitting in their car, turning on their phone and putting it on selfie mode and crying about how a date went wrong. Or crying because they'd left their husband because they thought that they was the prize, right? And then now they regret leaving their husband of 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, 35 years. I could see plenty of footage of that, man. So even in this society where you men have so-called got y'all voice to do what y'all want to do, you're miserable. You can't find no men, right? Y'all get cheated on, which is your main kryptonite that you just can't bear, right? But then you women will go to these concerts, right, with men that wear dresses. You'll lust after these celebrities that have wore dresses, these actors that have wore dresses, and these actors that have gave up the something to get these movie roles, right? And you'll lust after these guys, knowing that these guys might have wives, right? Women are the main ones, quick to sleep with a man that they know is married or that they know has got a girlfriend. But yet y'all don't like adultery. You're liars. Right? Let's just call it what it is, man. And some of you women are in the churches acting like you're righteous, saying that you can't wait for the day of the Lord. I can't wait for the rapture. It's talking all this when no rapture ain't going to be happening, man. There ain't going to be no rapture that makes you wicked Christians get to escape the day of Yahweh's wrath, man. Y'all going to be in it. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. So when it's all said and done, all you people, man, and some of these people are going to be related to the men that are going to go through this, man. They're going to be their families. They're going to be their mothers, brothers, fathers, sons, maybe even, daughters, cousins, right? They're women. They're going to stand in front of these people's faces, man, that have afflicted them, man, talking reckless, man. Expecting us to be happy in a society that's telling us that are supposed to be kings, right? Which you Edomites have tried to make that a joke. We was kangs and all that. We was kangs, right? But you're the ones that try and make it like you're everyone in the Bible. You're everyone in the Bible apart from Esau. You're the Japanese. You're everything. You're the ancient Egyptians and you're the Jews. Like you people try and make it like you're everyone. So you're hypocrites, man. You're the people that really try and make it like you're everyone. We're just complaining because you have tried to hide history about who we actually are. Because we don't claim to be the Romans. You ever notice that? So-called black people don't claim to be the Romans. We don't claim to be the Greeks. We say that we was a certain section of the Greeks, the Lacedaemonians, the Spartans, and it's true. We were those people. It's even in the scriptures that the Lacedaemonians are of the same stock as the Israelites, as the Jews, making them Israelites. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, because they wasn't expecting the day of the Lord to be this. They was expecting the day of the Lord to be something else. When all hell broke loose, they thought it was going to be them putting up peace signs saying "so long, suckers," and just getting taken out of somewhere like it is in them Christian movies and that, where lights they just turn into lights and their Levi jeans are down on the floor and their sweater, you know what I mean? Their sweater's down on the floor and their t-shirt might be down on the floor, right? And then they're just somewhere else now. They thought it was going to be that, but instead, what's going to happen is all hell's going to break loose, and they're going to be right there, man, seeing everything take place and catching hell. The Christian man's going to be going through it. The Christian woman's going to be going through it. Your little children that you thought got christened and were saved. All you people that, this is what, all you people that thought you were saved, right? Oh, I'm saved. I've been saved 15 years. Or I've been saved 25 years. Coming up to Israelites talking about, are you saved? Mate, you ain't. So how you asking me how you asking us if we're saved? You ain't saved, fam. So how you asking another man if he's saved when you ain't saved yourself? But you want to ask an Israelite if they're saved? You ain't saved, man. You're an Edomite. Talking about saved. You could never be saved. In order for you to be saved, a whole different version of the scripture would have had to be for an Edomite to be saved. They ain't never going to be saved, man. Talking about they're saved. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Some of these people are so arrogant on this earth, man, that they don't even believe that World War III would really happen. But let's just think about this. Before World War I had happened, right? Don't you know that some of the people back then might have thought, nah, there'll never be a World War I. Never in a million gajillion years. Nah, not even in a trillion years there'll be a World War I. Yeah, right. People have been saying stuff like that. Yeah, right. And then it came though. Right? And then after that ended, people would have been like, well, okay, a World War I happened, but nah, there'd never be a second one because we learned our lessons, man. Those that refuse to look at the past are gonna destroy the future and all. They would have came with all that BS, man, and thought, yeah, nah, they'll never do it, man. That would never happen again. We've wrote our wrongs from the past, but that came, didn't it? And we can read about that. And there'd even be some people alive from those times, man, that have seen some of those times, that they know for damn sure that it was real. And then now we have these people alive now that they're so arrogant that they think, okay, those wars happened. But somehow now that men are making way more weapons of violence, rail guns, laser beams, ICBMs, all these different kind of crazy robots, robot dogs, tanks, jets, drones. Now that they're making all these things, robots that can do backflips, right? Robots that can run upstairs. You know what I mean? Robots that can do ballet moves, man. All these crazy guns that they're making, right? Now that people can make these things, now they're not gonna do no war. You know what I mean? Now that they've got the best weaponry that they've ever made, now they're not gonna do it. Yeah, right, man. This is gonna be the time where they definitely are going to do it. And let me get a scripture, man. You people are arrogant as hell to believe that that's gonna happen, man. There ain't gonna be no war. What are you talking about? Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Men have always wanted war, man. Even back in the past, before when men were just using swords, shields, spears, banging their shield with their sword, hoo, hoo, and all of that, running men down, slicing off Achilles tendons, chopping off throats, throwing spears, shooting arrows. You think that people some of the time back then didn't think, you know what? Nah, these people ain't gonna go to war. That would be stupid. Didn't people think that it was stupid to go to war with Persia? Because they had a 1,000,000-man army, if I'm not mistaken, man. But war happened there, though, didn't it? War happened. So if war happened when men had to see their opponent and be in arm's length, right? Or at least be on the same battlefield with them and be at arrow's range, right? Which is like within hundreds of meters, right? Maybe hundreds to thousands of meters away, if that. You think that men won't fight now in war where they can just press a few buttons and their target is thousands of miles away? You really think that there won't be a World War III? When now you don't have to train. The warfare now is so advanced that you don't have to do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and run miles to be able to be a good warrior. You just have to make the weapon in a lab, set the coordinates, press the button, and Bob's your uncle, mate. You understand? And you people are so arrogant that you really don't think that there's going to be war, when there's always been war, man. There's been war where you had to get so close upon your opponent that you can smell them, man. If their breath stinks, you'll be smelling that breath. The battlefield would smell like the stench of dead flesh, man. And men will still be running over each other, stepping on the bodies that are falling in the battle that might be either dead or about to. And there was wars then when that's way scarier to see your opponent like that than to, oh, I'm just going to press these buttons and then all the destruction that's going to happen to them. It's going to happen, and after we see the destruction, it's going to be scary. So let me take that back. Now is more scary. Because a man had to have actual physical prowess to be able to fight back in the day. Now they don't need none of that, man. Which that's not to say that they ain't soldiers that have that, but that's not the foundation of the battle now. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And yet you people have got the nerve to say there ain't going to be no war. What are you talking about, man? Get your head out of the sand and look around, man. Look around and see how Edomites are antagonizing other Edomites to take it there. That's what they're doing. They're leaving them with no choice but to do it. You understand that? They're leaving them with no choice but to go to war. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirits shall say within themselves. So they ain't going to let it be known exactly that this is how they're thinking. This is going to be their inward thoughts, man. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, because they're still going to, in their wicked ass, arrogant minds, maybe think that there's a way out. Oh, man, this is that guy that I was talking shit about, man. Oh, I thought he was bugged out. I thought he needed to get sectioned, I did. But actually, it turns out that he was telling the truth. But let me not say nothing out loud because he might not remember me. That's how y'all people are going to think y'all can do it, man. Or let me not say nothing, though, because he might not remember me. I remember him, but he might not remember me, though. So if I just don't say nothing, then maybe there might be some mercy in me for it. No, they ain't going to be, man. We are going to remember you people, man, if we're of those people. Whoever those people are going to remember you, man. They're going to remember all the BS that you was talking, man. And they're not going to forgive you either. They're not going to. Because when we was down, let me not even say we and put myself in it, man. When those men were down, this world helped put a further foot in their ass, man. When they had one foot in their ass, they was like, nah, that he ain't getting his ass kicked enough. Let me kick him in the ass some more, man. And really make his life even more miserable. Verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. So when you people saw these kind of people struggling, right, and going through a bad phase, right, they might have been venting, they might have been angry. You thought, man, get over it, man. You're always talking smack, saying, get over it. You ain't never going to get no revenge for the Atlantic slave trade. Just get over it, man. Just get over it, get jobs, and keep it zipped. Stay being black, right? And just keep it zipped, man. We don't want to hear you talk about your problems. Everyone's been through something. Get over it. We've all been through things at the end of the day. Everyone suffered through this, suffered through that, as if we've all suffered the same. Or you never personally went through slavery, so you can't say anything about that. You never personally, as if we ain't slaves now. But you want us to try and think that we've got it in this society. Yet when you people see us with anything that you don't have, or anything that you think you're supposed to have, and that we can't have it, and that every single one of your Edomite nation has to have it before we even get a chance to have access to these things, then you're hating on us. And you're trying to stop us and shut us down from having that. You devils don't even want us to have used cars. Never mind brand new ones. You evil demons, man. Verse 5, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh and his lot among the saints? Y'all ain't going to understand, man. Because you thought that the people that are winning the most on earth are the chosen. So Andrew Tate can come on the screen talking about he's a man of God. And y'all be like, yeah, he is. Because he's got a Bugatti. But then if a man with a big overgrown beard comes out, right? And he says he is, y'all be like, nah, no he ain't. The Bible's been changed. What are you talking about? You're a bit too harsh. But a Tate can come out, oh, it's the Matrix, bro. It's the Matrix, bro. It's the Matrix, bro. It's the Matrix, bro. Oh, Mr. Tate, would you tell us a bit more about the Matrix? And then he don't want to. And then he don't want to do it, does he? Because the money is more than the message, isn't it? And then they'll take snide digs at the people that will tell them about themselves in this regard and say stuff like, well, if I talk about things the way you want me to talk about them, then I'll be in the same position that you're in. And then in that they reveal themselves that they don't want to say too much because they want to try and have the lusts of this world and the money and all the things that this world's got to offer. And Andrew Tate's just one example. There's plenty of other people that can be used as examples, man. But that's a very heavily worldly example to use because a lot of the things that he says, you could hear a Hebrew Israelite saying these things. And that's why it's seeming like this guy was selected out of somewhere to try and copy the message, but not copy the message completely at the same time and try and attribute it to worldly things, man. Verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. And that's why these people are going to realize that woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? They're going to realize that what they thought the day of the Lord was is not what it is. They're going to realize that, man. And all of you brothers out there, man, if you hear this video, man, all these people that have been talking smack to you, you're going to get to see their faces, man. And that's really going to be more memorable for you than having multiple wives, man. That first time, right, all you women out there thinking that men are just hoping for multiple wives, listen, man, we want to see our enemies' faces with paleness, man, and sorrow of heart. We want to see them really realize, man, oh man, we actually are Edomites. We want to see that. Forget our multiple wives. We want to see some of that too. But all you women out there stalking up men wanting multiple wives, right? As if there ain't nothing else that we want to see. We want to see our enemies realize that the only reason why they was ever in a position better than us is because the Lord put them there. Not because they was ever better. Because had the Lord not put us under curses when we sinned, we would have just been the best nation in wickedness. If we didn't get put under the new covenant, we would have just been the best nation doing wicked things. We would have been even more wicked than Esau, but we would have still been ruling over everyone, man. And that's going back to the time of the kingdom of Solomon. If after Solomon did what he did back then, and Yahweh didn't say, you know what, because you've did this, I'm going to send up kingdoms against you, we would have still been ruling from then. If Yahweh didn't say, I'm gonna curse these people, man, for them doing this, we would have still been ruling back then, man. And one of King Solomon would have ended up dying, and one of Solomon's sons would have ended up raising up, and we would have still been ruling over everyone. But Yahweh's curses made us not be able to rule. Not you heathen being better than us, man, because you're not better than us. And that's one of the things that we're designed to see, man. And let me get a scripture on that, because some people might say, man, that's a bit evil, don't you think? So you're trying to tell me that you did? Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying, man. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. We want to see our enemies under us, man. That's what we want to see, man. That's the only reason why some of us even care to still be on this earth. Because we've got the hope that we're going to get to see that, man. That's the thing that keeps a man going. The thought of justice keeps a man going, man. The thought of justice. You don't get to just put people on slave ships for 400 years, right? Destroy their whole nation, beat who they are out of them. Then keep putting your foot on them again even more, and then still keep doing more and more and more to the descendants of those people that you did that to. And then the descendants of the oppressor still do the oppression. But try and make it like if they was back there when it first started, they would have did something more righteous. No, you wouldn't have, man. You would have did what they were doing. Because as the oppression's modernized, you're the ones that are keeping it going. So what are you talking about, man? But the patience of the faith of the saints, right? The thing that the saints are patiently waiting for, and the thing that the saints believe through faith is going to happen, is that those people that led into captivity are going to be captives themselves. And those people that harmed, killed with the sword are going to feel of themselves the same. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Woe unto you, man. And there's a YouTube channel out there, man, right, where this guy goes around all the time, and he's talking about I'll give you $50 if you can tell me one Bible verse. And I might do a lesson on that YouTube channel, man. I'll give you $50 if you can tell me one Bible verse. I'll give you $1,000 if you can tell me every verse in the Bible and all that, right? And that whole YouTube channel shows that these Edomites don't believe in the Lord, man. Because these Edomites love money. But when they get put in a position where they can get money by doing something according to the Bible that doesn't really take that much time, they don't want to do it, and they're offended and disgusted at it, man. But if you came up to them and said, I'll give you $50 if you can tell me one NBA player, they'd be down for some of that, though. They'd be down for some of that. Where was I? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, and I'm going to jump to the point, man. In fact, you know what? Let me go here. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 8. What have pride profited us? Or what good have riches without vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by, right? What's all that pride that y'all people had going to mean to y'all in that day, man? And what's all the riches that you people thought you had going to mean as well, man? All that money that y'all people have been saving up and all of that. What's it going to mean when everyone can steal? Money is for a time where people are prepared to play the game of, okay, I want these goods in the store. Let me check the price tag. Okay, it says that this costs 1,000 of the particular currency that this country says. I don't have that at the moment. Okay, I can't afford it. Let me leave. But there's going to come a time where people ain't going to look at the tag. And people already ain't doing that to a certain degree in certain places, man. You got these looting gangs, these immigrant looting gangs and all that. That they're running through America like it's a damn toy shop, man. On a mad one out there. People are stealing, thieving. People are already not doing that. But there's going to come a time where everyone's like that. There ain't gonna be no person that doesn't steal because they are prepared to use their money with their arms folded, shaking their head at other people. Everyone's gonna be stealing, man. Verse 13. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. There's gonna come a time, man, when all you people that you think you know the Lord and you think you love the Lord are gonna realize you don't know him, man, and you never loved him, man. And the thing that's gonna prove that is that all of you kind of people, man, are gonna get that charagma, and here's what you're gonna receive for that, man. This is your reward for that. All you, the Bible's been changed. God don't care if I eat pork, right? Oh, so you're trying to tell me if I eat pork. So you're trying to tell me if I shave my beard and get a lineup. So you're trying to tell me that the Bible condones grapes. The Bible condones grape. Is that what you're trying to say? Nah, I don't believe. Okay. Here's what's all you kind of people that don't really know the Lord and know what the kingdom of heaven's talking about and know what the day of the Lord entails. You're gonna end up taking that charagma, man. Because y'all are gonna convince your own selves in your mind that this ain't the MOTB, man. You're gonna convince yourself that it ain't the mark of the beast. And in doing that, you're gonna take it, man. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and receive his image and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, anyone, man, there ain't gonna be no, oh, but she's fine though. Oh, she's hot though, so she ain't gonna get it. She ain't gonna get judged if she does it. Nah, she'll be exempt. Oh, nah, this man's gonna be exempt because he got christened when he was 2 years old. Oh no, he ain't gonna get judged. This guy, because he's from the tribe of Judah, and he was circumcised on the 8th day according to the scriptures, man. He grew up in back in West Africa, and he grew up knowing he was a Hebrew, but he took it. Ain't no one gonna be exempt, man. There ain't gonna be no one exempt. Oh nah, he's gonna be alright because he grew up rich and he went to a good school, so he's alright. He's no anyone, man. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his charagma in his forehead in his hand, the same, meaning that person, shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. There's going to be an audience for the destruction, man. And part of that audience is Yahweh Shai and the angels. But there's even more to that audience, man, in certain parts, depending on where you are in the world. And let me read about it, man. There's going to be an audience for the jacking up of America, in particular, of Babylon the Great, man. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour is so great riches come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, right? And cried when they saw the smoke of it burning, saying, which city is like unto this great city? So not everyone's going to die in that time. There's going to be an audience that's with Yahweh Shai on the chariots, man. But there's also going to be an audience that's on earth seeing the destruction taking place, man. And there's going to be many other people that are all these other places on earth that they're going to hear about it too, man. And the Lord's going to allow them to see what's happened. And overall, man, this lesson was for all those fraud-ass Christians, man, that they think they know the Lord, man. And for all these people that they think they know the Lord and that they think that they're about the kingdom of heaven, but really they're not, man. Really, they just wish that we was in this society with money. That's what they really wish. They don't mind being underneath everyone else as long as they got money to be able to show out when they need to and flex on the brokies and all that. They don't want to really be in charge of nothing, man. They don't understand what it would be like to rule, because they're just steady worrying about whether their man's gonna have multiple wives. You know what I mean? Or they're steady worried about, oh, but it says in the Bible that men are allowed to grape. So you try to tell me that the kingdom of heaven just gonna be men running around doing that? Of course not. Of course not, man. Oh, but you're trying to say that the Bible says that kids can get stoned. So you're trying to tell me the kingdom? Well, the Israelite children are not going to be going off, so that wouldn't happen to them, would it? Would it? The hell is wrong with you, man? You know what, man? Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. I'll just leave it there. Kal Hala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.